Do you feel like your social skills and flirting ability have gotten weaker since the lockdowns? Well, today, we gon' fix that. What up, homie? My name's Dave, and I put out new videos every week to help you get the girls you want and become the man you're meant to be. So if you haven't subscribed yet, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss your chance at that next awesome girl. Anyway, man, most people have been cooped up inside for months, really flexing that hermit crab muscle, and as a result, their social skills have taken a big hit. If you see a girl now, maybe your first instinct is to run the other way because you don't know what the hell to say anymore. It's intimidating on a normal date, never mind when you haven't done it for 6 months. But don't worry, bro. As always, I got your back. Today I'm gonna show you some easy ways to get back out there and start having some attractive conversations with some real sexy girls. So let's hop right into it.
You are the stranger in the corner on the second floor. You're the girl next door.
Now listen, bro, every single environment you go into, you're gonna find things to talk about with a girl. And right now I'm gonna cover 3 different environments that you'll most likely be meeting girls in, especially during a pandemic when your options are a little bit limited. Like, you can't meet girls at the bar anymore, so you gotta go to some other places. So let's say you talk to her in the grocery store. Well, immediately you can start the conversation with something about the food aisle that you guys are in. Maybe you make a joke about what type of cereal she's looking at, or you ask her about where the avocados are. Then maybe you can joke about something that you're trying to cook for dinner, or even asking what she's cooking for dinner, what she's looking for. Let's say you're meeting her at the park, which is definitely gonna be a hot spot right now during the pandemic. Bro, out here in Mexico City, you go to the park, it looks like the fucking nightclub. There's so many people out there. It's hustling and bustling. So there at the park, you can talk about things like what she's reading. You know, a lot of times girls will go to the park, crack open a book and read. You can even talk about the city that the park is in, like what brought her there, what she likes about it. You could talk about the area that the park is in and what kind of cool stuff she likes to do around that area. And you could even talk about the people around the park, maybe do a little people watching together, make a couple jokes about that. Now let's say maybe you're meeting her on the sidewalk or at the mall and she's with a group of friends. Well, you can use that group of friends to continue the conversation and push it forward. And an easy way to do that is you can either be like, hey, like, you guys seem like best friends, and see how they react to that. A lot of times girls eat that up. And you can also just ask how they know each other. The great thing about this is that it gets the entire group involved in the conversation versus just like singling out one girl and the other girls in the group are like, what the hell is this guy doing? He's trying to steal away my friend. You keep them all involved, you keep it fun, and they all want to stick around. Then let's say she's chilling on her phone, maybe watching a YouTube video. You can tell her to definitely smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, because these likes are hard to come by during a pandemic.
So talk if you like, but words will be words till you bring them to life. So talk if you
So a lot of guys have a big fear of running out of things to say and just generally having an awkward conversation. And a lot of times that prevents them from even starting the conversation in the first place. An easy way to prevent that is to have some go-to topics in your back pocket. And that's what I'm gonna tell you about right now. So a few topics you can go to early on in the conversation. An easy one is like, what are you up to? Some other ones could be her hometown, you know, where she's from, what brought her here. A little bit of travel, places she wants to go, favorite places she's been. And let's say she was rocking some headphones, you can even ask her about her favorite type of music, like if she has any playlist she recommends you, any artist she'd recommend, stuff like that. Then as the conversation progresses, you can talk about some deeper stuff, like maybe her experiences, her dreams, even her motivations, and one of my favorites, of course, is adventure, just talking about some of her biggest adventures. Sometimes these are things you can bring up in that initial conversation. If it starts to extend, it goes a little bit longer. Otherwise, you can definitely bring all these up on a date and really have some good conversation fodder. And bro, speaking of having some tricks in your back pocket, I still have a limited number of these mini USB disco ball lights, which also conveniently fit in your back pocket. I'm giving out 100 more of these for free, along with $147 worth of some of my best dating courses. I use this disco ball to start conversations and pull girls from all over the world, and I'll show you exactly how to do it as well. So to get all this for free before it runs out, just click that first link in the description and I'll send it right over to you. And one more thing, bro, this will also get you access to my exclusive private Facebook group, Casanova Closers, where I post new videos every single week that you won't see on YouTube. And I also answer a lot of the questions in there so you get direct feedback from me. Just click that first link in the description to get all that and your free disco ball. Go make it happen. I'll see you on the inside.
All mine if you don't listen that much. But some of y'all don't listen at all. The same shit they be pushing your buttons. Got a grown man having withdrawals.
So anytime a girl is talking, there are going to be potential threads that you can pick up on in her conversation. So these could be things like places, things she enjoys, hobbies. So for example, she says that she's from Pennsylvania, then maybe you talk about Amish country, or maybe you talk about that time you went to Hershey Park. You ask her if she's ever been there. Let's say she mentions that she really likes Asian food. You could ask her if she's ever been to Southeast Asia and tried some pho, or you can ask her about some of her other travel adventures. Maybe she talks about how she enjoys going to the gym. Then you can share your passion for working out. Really, any noun and even some verbs that she says in the conversation are things that you can use as jumping off points to dive a little bit deeper and take the conversation into some different routes. If you really listen close and pay attention to what a girl says, it's pretty much impossible to run out of things to say because there's always going to be different threads there that you can go on. That being said, you probably want to stick to the more positive threads that are going to be conducive to creating a connection and making it sexual. So probably avoiding things like talking about any type of politics or just like negative stuff in general that is not going to help you.
I think we should talk about it. Diving deep, let it go, so you want it. Talk about it.
Teasing is great, especially early on in the conversation, to help create some attraction and give her a little unexpected humor. A lot of guys don't use teasing enough, or they use it in the wrong way and just end up pissing a girl off. So as far as using it the right way, I'll give you 3 quick tips on that. So one really easy thing to tease her about is where she's from. So if she says she's from LA, maybe you tease her about being a Valley girl. If she's from the South, maybe you tease her about being a Southern Belle. If she's from New York, maybe you tease her for being a city girl. You can even use stereotypes from certain cities to make it fun. You can also tease her about things she likes, and a good way to do this is teasing her about TV shows. So let's say she really likes Game of Thrones or another TV show like it. You can tease her for being a bit of a nerd. Or maybe she loves sappy chick flicks. You can tease her for that too. And finally, you can tease her for a shit test that she gives you. So if she says something like, oh, you probably say that to every girl, you can joke like, oh, how'd you know? Basically what you're trying to do here is keep it lighthearted and fun and give her a little bit of shit. Now, as far as things you should probably avoid teasing about, especially in the outset, things like, again, politics, as well as her style, and especially things like firmly held beliefs. Like, I wouldn't tease a girl for being a vegan. So yeah, if you can mix in some of these good teases and avoid some of the bad ones, you're gonna be in really good shape, especially early on in these conversations when it comes to building that attraction and getting the girl intrigued and setting yourself apart from the other dudes.
Baby, there's no plan for the wicked. There is no goal for the longing heart. Just another day to be with you. When everything ends, it's a brand new start.
A lot of guys seem to have conversations that lead to nowhere. And hey, I used to be guilty of this as well. I would be talking to a girl, talking, no idea where I wanted it to go, and eventually she had to leave or exit the conversation, and I was just sitting there like, why didn't I go for the number? What the hell did I just do? I missed an opportunity. To avoid this, you should always have the end in mind when you go into your conversations with girls, and there's really 3 main things that you want to accomplish. Basically, you want to get her attracted, you want to connect with her, and you want to close the deal. So that means either taking her home, or if it's just a quick interaction, getting her number and at least having a light plan to meet up again. And this whole process doesn't need to take a long time. It can all happen within the span of a couple of minutes, or sometimes even less. Or you can push things a little bit forward and maybe it ends up going 5-10 minutes. Maybe you take her on an instant date. But when you keep these 3 things in mind, and when you follow the tips you've already learned in this video, you're gonna be able to sort of follow that timeline of getting her attracted, getting connected, and going for the close. Then your conversations are gonna have a direction, they're gonna end smoothly, and at the very least, you're gonna go for the hangout, you're gonna try to see her again, versus just leaving the conversation and not even going for it. You gotta take some risks, bro. But yeah, go ahead and do this stuff. It's gonna make your conversations run a lot more smoothly. Now, before you get in these conversations though, you need to know how to start them up, and that's what this playlist is gonna help you to do. So make sure to check this out right here. Hit that first link in the description to grab your free disco ball while they're still available, and I will see you in the next video, bro. Peace.